Those are all the questions I've got for now.
I hope I answered them adequately.
Ja, alles gut. Dann reden wir mit ihm wegen dem Brief noch.
As amusing as it is to chat with this oddball, I think we've exhausted his usefulness at the moment.
Okay, und sie? Aber er hat noch mit eingesprochen, meiner Meinung nach.
Amelie?
Yes? What is it? We mustn't be seen talking.
Jean Dupré.
Anything you can tell me about Jean?
I hardly ever see him. Only at dinner. He's scared of Madam, and so he finds any reason to get out of the house and stay away as long as he can.
Scared of her?
Oh, it's true. You should see him when they're in private. Like a shamed puppy that dirtied the carpet.
Interesting.
Angst vor Dupré?
Do you have any idea why Jean is so afraid of Madame Dupré?
If he's seen the same things we have, then yes.
What kind of things?
No, I spoke out of turn. Forget I said anything.
Amelie, listen to me. A potentially innocent man's life is on the line. If I don't find out who attacked Madame Dupré, he's as good as dead. So if there are any facts or details you know that I don't, you need to tell me.
I can't.
You can. I'm not with the police. If Madame Dupré did something wrong, I'm not going to look the other way. Trust me, I'm on your side.
Madam beats the servants. I think she even does it for fun. I hear the screams sometimes. I don't know how anyone else in the family doesn't. Maybe they do and just ignore it. I don't know. But if Mr. Dupré knows what she do, it explains why he's so scared of her.
Misshandlung, ja.
Did Madame Dupré ever abuse you?
No, I was lucky, but some of the others weren't.
Like who? I need details, Amelie.
The old gardener, Guy Dumas, and one of the maids, Celine. I saw Madame going after them the most. Don't know what they did to deserve it, but I would see her walk by in a rage, whip in one hand and a book in the other.
A book? What book?
Oh, I don't know. I can't read, so I don't know what it said on the cover. But it's the same color as the stew spice I always use. Don't know what she used it for, but she always had it with her, just before a beating.
Maybe she'd recite them some of her terrible poetry. I'm sure that was torture enough.
Guy und Celine.
Tell me more about Guy and Celine.
They were deeply in love with each other. I used to hear them talk about how they wanted to run away together.
What happened to them?
I don't know. One day they were here, and then one day they weren't.
Do you think Madame Dupré may have done something to them?
I couldn't say for sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if she had. Please, let's not talk about this anymore.
Thank you, Amelie. I appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Now please, let me get back to work.
Was für ein Zimmer für einen Eintopf? Vielleicht dezentes rote Zeug hier. Also, das ist das Einzige, was mir gerade einfällt.
Looks like the type of spices you'd use in a stew. Most likely paprika or turmeric. Nice variety of reds and oranges.
Rot und Orange. Okay, danke schön. Dann gehen wir mal hoch und suchen nach einem roten und orangenen Buch. So, gehen wir erstmal in den Raum. Da mein rotes Buch. Entscheidungen und Konsequenzen.
Well, this should be the book Amelie mentioned. Well, what have we here?
Eine Peitsche.
A whip. And it has dried blood on it. How ghastly.
Oh ja.
This house is just full of secrets, isn't it?
Hinweis gefunden. Holy shit. Notizbuch. Grabmal der Chestertons untersuchen. Albert Martins Mutter eine Nachricht überbringen, mit Jean Dupré sprechen. Return to Upton and Accurately Juliette Montgomery. Okay. Mehr über Guy und Celine rausfinden. Aha. Nehmen wir dieses Teil Englisch hier gerade. Schlimm.
Locked. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised.
Papiere.
There doesn't seem to be much else of interest among the papers. I've never seen so many beauty products together in one place.
Ja, okay. Gut, dann gehen wir raus. Kiste muss noch irgendwie aufregen. Karl. Alle hat ihre Angestellten ausgepeitscht. Ich raste aus. Vielleicht könnt ihr uns was sagen.
I have some questions for you.
All right.
Wo die zwei hin sind, die Angestellten. Guy Dumas.
Did you know Guy Dumas?
The old gardener? Sure, I knew him. We didn't talk very much. He was just a servant after all, but he seemed like a nice man. He stopped coming around about 2 months ago. Too bad, really. He did a good job of keeping the gardens looking nice. The new one is all right, but he just doesn't have that special touch Guy did.
Und Celine.
Were you familiar with a servant named Celine?
Yes, I believe she was one of the maids. I didn't talk to her very much. Oh, she quit not so long ago. At least I assume she did. I haven't seen her in about 3 months.
Thanks for your time.
My pleasure.
Ray. Können wir mit Opa auch quatschen? Ich
It's
glaub's
Quack.
nicht. Ja. Die ist auf Drugs, die Alte. Dann gehen wir mal zu ihr. Speichern auf einmal kurz. Ich habe ein blödes Gefühl, nicht, dass man jetzt Sarah sage, dass wir sie verdächtigen. Das war eigentlich taktisch unklug.
Hello again, Miss Montgomery. Mind answering a few more questions?
Hello, Mr. Fordham. Not at all.
Guy Dumas.
Do you know Guy Dumas?
Yes, he was one of our
Dumas,
servants.
yeah.
He used to enjoy reading my books, as well as Andrew's.
When did you see him last?
Just last week, he came by to see me and asked to borrow some books.
Do you know where I might be able to find him?
Not really. I get the impression that he moves around frequently. But I can tell him you're looking for him next time I see him, if you like.
Please do. Although hopefully I'll be able to find him before then.
Könnte auch er gewesen sein, wenn sie ihre Diener ausgepeitscht hat, was natürlich ein sehr, sehr großer Grund. Und er wahrscheinlich wusste, was sie weiß und sich deswegen die Bücher ausgeliehen hat.
Were you friends with Celine, the maid?
Yes, I was quite fond of Celine. She was so sweet and interesting to talk to. One day, she just left the house with no explanation. Mother said it was because she had found work elsewhere. I was terribly saddened. I wish I'd had the chance to say goodbye to her, at least. What's your interest in her?
Oh, I was just curious, that's all. No more questions for now.
Then if you don't mind, I have work to do.
Ich habe ja das Gefühl, dass die Madame Dupré, die Celine umgebracht hat, sie zu ihrem Mann ging, er sie verkauft hat, im Wald zu vergraben, er ist ja Jäger. Dann war es so, dass dieser Guy Dumas davon mitkriegt hat, was passiert ist, wollte sich rächen, ist zu ihr hingegangen und hat von ihr die Bücher ausgeliehen, hat sie vergiftet, wollte, dass sie wahrscheinlich dann lebendig in der Gruft stirbt und war sich aber sicher, dass sie auf ihn zurückfällt, weil die ähnliche Verhältnisse haben. So, das ist mein Plan, wenn ich da recht habe. Oh mein Gott! So, wir gehen erstmal zu unserer Kontaktperson. Das Rune Kaffeehaus. Vielleicht kann die uns ein paar Infos mehr geben.
Can we talk?
Go on, I'm listening.
Wenn ich recht habe, wasche ich jetzt aus.
I wanted to go over the case with you.
Okay, what have you got?
Jean Dupré.
Jean Dupré isn't talking very much. I think he's hiding something.
Well, you have a knack for making people divulge their secrets.
There has to be something that'll make him talk. Perhaps I should check with those close to him. That's enough about the case for now.
Okay,
Gespräch
That's
beenden.
it, I
Nee, ich
think.
will den Fall nicht
then
abschließen.
you'd better get back to it.
Ich will den Fall nicht abschließen. Das passt noch nicht, die ihm nahestehen. Vielleicht weiß er was im Gefängnis.
Nothing else to...
Gut. Und hier will ich die Nachricht noch nicht übergeben. Weil... Hä? Okay, sie ist nicht da. Mit ihm vielleicht noch reden?
Oh, Mr. Fordham, you're back.
Ja.
You know, I've heard it said that needing to have so many guns is a sign of overcompensation.
Can we talk, Mr. Dupre?
I suppose so. Yes.
Ah, Angst vor Dupré.
Do you fear your wife, Mr. Dupre?
Do I... what?
The question's quite simple. Are you afraid of Madame Dupre?
Why in the ether would you think that?
Emily hat mir gesagt, sie wären... Ich habe sie blutverschmierte Peitsche gefunden. Ich habe mit Sicherheit... Hier.
I'd be afraid of someone who kept a bloody whip in my bedroom. Care to explain that?
You don't know her like I do. No one does. Well, no one aside from the servants, I suppose. She's cruel, Mr. Fordham. Crueler than anyone or anything I've ever seen.
Grausamkeit von Madame Dupré.
Tell me more about Madame Dupre's cruelty.
She treats the servants like animals, Mr. Fordham. She would say the most vile, awful things to them. Things I would expect to hear on the Gascon docks, not from the lips of a grande dame. And the beatings. Oh, God. The screams I would hear from somewhere in the house. I never dared find out where.
Nobody else ever heard the screaming?
No. She was cunning. She would do it when no one else was around. Once she knew I had heard, she threatened me. Told me she would...
Yes?
She threatened to expose my secret, Mr. Fordham.
And what secret is that?
Our marriage is one of convenience. It's all for show. Laura has herself a well-to-do husband, and I am a normal man in the eyes of society.
I see. I suppose that would explain a few things.
Well, now, how was that not obvious to you? The soporific is really having a bad effect on you.
Don't worry, Mr. Dupre. Your secret's safe with me.
Thank you, Mr. Fordham.
Ah ja. Guy Dumas und Celine.
Tell me what you know about Guy Dumas and Celine.
Celine had an accident.
What kind of accident?
Laura thought Celine had been stealing her silverware. She got a bit carried away with a beating and...
Dupre killed Celine?
Yes, she did. In order to keep it quiet, she had Celine placed in our family tomb.
Ah.
I see. What about Guy?
I don't know. I never saw him again after that.
Well, this case has certainly taken a turn for the sinister.
Oh ja.
I'll be going now.
Au revoir, Mr. Fordham.
Oha. Wir können den Fall jetzt sogar negativ abschließen. Ich rascht aus. Wenn wir nicht so rumgeschnüffelt hätten. Holy. Krasser Shit. Ich will jetzt aber alles nur wieder lesen.
John Patrick Chesterton.
Warte mal, geh mal raus.
The plaque says Harrison. Doesn't look very opulent, so I guess it doesn't belong to anyone important. Looks like people have left markings and offerings in front of this tomb. You may think it's a silly superstition, but I wish you'd leave a bottle of Bollingworth at my grave every now and then.
Ja, ja. Ausgang. Notizbuch. Mehr aber kein Celine aus dem Return to Up. Eine verführte Beerdigung. Hat Albert Martin wirklich getan, wofür er beschuldigt wird? Er trägt die Schuld daran, dass Madame Laura Dubré fast lebendig begraben wurde, oder was war es jemand anderes? Ja.
Nice view of the...
So, wir speichern mal kurz.
She's busy. That's not to...
Okay, Karte. Dann reden wir vielleicht mit unserer Kontaktperson, vielleicht weiß die was.
Can we talk?
Go on.
Nein,
That's it,
Then
wir sind noch nicht fertig. Dann gehen wir mal ins Dupré-Haus und dann mit der Bediensteten.
It's quack. Alright, if we...
Falsche Bitch. Echt so eine Fuddelmann.
As a music...
So, mal einen Doppelklick befördert, der jemand da reinwackelt. Schlimm.
Amelie,
Kannst du uns noch was sagen?
Yes?
Ja. Du verschmierte Peitsche.
I found this upstairs in Madame Dupre's bedroom. Do you recognize it?
Oh, please take that away, Mr. Fordham. Why would you show it to me?
I'm sorry, I didn't think it would upset you.
Miles. Maybe someday you'll learn how to read basic human emotions.
Thank you, Amelie. I appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Now, please, let me get back to work.
Yeah, it looks like...
Da geht's ja nur nach oben, ne? Karte. Wir gehen jetzt kurz ins Gefängnis. Ich hab eine Idee.
Nothing else. He's watching you.
Wir bringen ihr mal die Nachricht. Ich hab da eine Idee.
You again. I told you I have no time for visitors.
You're Albert Martin's mother, aren't you?
Who are you?
Miles Fordham. I spoke with Albert, and he told me to give you a message. He said to tell you that St. Roch's dog is barking.
Oh, I see. That's good. That's very good. You better come in, Mr. Fordham. Standing on the street just won't do.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Welcome to my home, Mr. Fordham. I am Sabine Martin. I hope you understand that Albert has nothing to do with this awful business. Would you care for some tea?
Well, her tune certainly changed when you gave her that message. I wonder what it meant.
No, thank you, ma'am. I won't be staying long.
Ah ja.
That pattern resembles a flower. Too bad it isn't an Easter lily.
Warum ist jetzt noch so drauf? Ein Teenamer von ihr ist lieber mal netter. Ich weiß, ich traue gerade noch nicht so richtig.
The Virgin Mary. I must admit, she was the last person I was expecting to see in here.
Ja. Mhm.
A
Bücherregal.
rather unremarkable book collection, I'm sorry to say. That statue, on the other hand, gives me the willies.
Echt? Wieso? Das
It's
Bild?
some old man with a dog standing at the center of a crossroads. If that's meant to have any sort of significance, it's completely lost on me.
Ja, die Töpfe noch.
Interesting. Those pots look as though they've been wrapped in tobacco leaves.
Vorhang.